Okay. So I'm finishing my third or fourth week. Who knows what week it is anymore. Um, I just had an exam in my fundamentals class, and I scathed away from it with a 90. It was 50 questions long. It was given on the computer, and of course, tons and tons of people had problems with it. But it was given on a computer. It was 50 questions. It was timed. And I was the first one to finish, or maybe I was just the first one to walk out, be brave enough to actually get up and walk out. And I was completely convinced that I was not going to pass. To be truthfully honest, I studied about an hour before the exam, and I just went onto the website and I just took all the practice tests in the chapters that we had covered. I think we had covered about 5 or 6 chapters, so I took 5 or 6 practice tests from each respective chapter, and I walked in there and I was just like, so since I got a 90 of 100 and there were 50 questions, I'm gonna assume I got 45 right and I missed 5. Don't judge me, my math probably isn't all that good. I know for sure some of the questions that I got incorrect. Like I know I definitely got an activity intolerance question incorrect, because initially I had thought activity intolerance refers to fatigue, if a patient gets fatigued, but something told me to change my answer and go along with pain, and then in the next class I realized, or was reaffirmed, that activity intolerance actually does refer to fatigue and not to pain. So I know I messed myself over with that, but in defense of actually going back and looking at your answers and thinking about whether you have the right answer or not, and not necessarily just going with your gut answer, there was a question that I cannot remember that I went back and I changed, and I'm so glad I did it. And I wish I had gone back and changed another question and followed my gut, but not followed my gut, went back and followed my rationality, and I probably would have gotten like a 92 or something. Maybe a 94, that would have been better. A 92 is an A 90 is a B in my class, so it's not exactly, Sigma Tau International worthy, but whatever. So next week I have my pathophysiology exam, and I have done mild studying, but I definitely plan on getting more into that. I've got about 5 days left, and I'm really going to do flashcards mostly, because he has no textbook, and everything is basically just whatever comes out of his mouth, whatever he says in class, and you just have to write it down. So I made flashcards, and I'm just hoping that for the most part I can show sort of, if I'm able to regurgitate the information, then it'll be easier for me to put the pieces together once I know, if I can say back to me what he said to me in the first place, then the thinking and the critical thinking and the making connections and all of that will come later. But yeah, so pathophysiology this coming week, and health assessment following, and then after that I have a skills competency which I need to practice. Unfortunately, I don't know anyone in the program, and being social is not one of my strong points, but I definitely need to find someone to practice with who's in or not in the program. It doesn't really matter, but it'd be great if I could find someone in the program I could practice with, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. And as far as I'm feeling, I don't know, this past week I was just kind of sad. I was just, I don't know, for like no reason really, just didn't have the energy to do anything. Was just kind of moseying around and going from class to class, and not really caring too much. But you just kind of gotta sit down and let it pass, I guess. However many days it takes, just kind of let it pass. Because I've learned that there's nothing I can do about it. So. But, okay. Until next week.